And we are live. Welcome to Real Estate Radio with Damon Gettier. I'm Brett Sharp.
I'm Damon Gettier.
This is the show where we're going to talk about all things real estate, and we want to start with what's happening now. But first, if you want to reach Damon, if you're in the market to list your home, or if you've got a home you want Damon to buy, he'll make you a cash offer on it. Just go to listwithdamon.com. That's listwithdamon.com. So what's happening right now in real estate? What are you seeing in the market?
A lot of activity and a lot of uncertainty. I think that people pay too much attention to the news and not enough to their situation.
That's always.
It is always. And it's like you and I've talked to before, you know, the number one reason people buy or sell houses is they get married, they get divorced, they have children move out of the house, job relocation, and death. And those things happen in all markets.
How many? It's 6 things, right?
6 things.
Okay.
Yep. And those happen in all markets. The only thing that doesn't happen in all markets is I want to buy a house, is the one, you know? And so people let the news media and what's going on outside affect them to a great deal in what they're doing in real estate. And so right now there's a lot of uncertainty. A lot of people are waiting for interest rates to come down. Interest rates aren't going to come down that much. If they do come down a whole lot, then prices will go up again. So it's kind of like pick your poison. But we're selling houses. Houses are selling daily. I was just at a meeting at the Roanoke Valley Association of Realtors, and home sales are up this year. I think it's 7% over last year. The volume of sales.
Oh, I thought 7%. Homes were sitting more. I thought
they are sitting more. Earlier in the year, houses were selling faster, but right now, days on market is increasing.
Which means there's a good chance that your home is going to set longer.
It's going to take a little longer to sell your house now than it did in the last 3 or 4 years. The misconceptions the last 3 or 4 years is normal. In the last 3 or 4 years was an anomaly that's never happened in the history of the economy of the world, of the United States.
Yeah.
We've never had 2 and 3% interest rate.
We'll never see them again, will we?
We should never see them again. We should have never seen them in the first place. It artificially inflated or deflated interest rates and artificially inflated property values.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't have seen them. We did. It is what it is. Everybody needs to understand that a 6% interest rate is a good interest rate. It's a healthy interest rate for the economy.
Well, let's talk about what goes into listing a home, because I get a lot of questions about that, because I talk about you on the radio all the time. We've been doing radio advertising, you and me, for 12, 15 years, however long it's been. And I have a lot of people going, well, what goes into it? How much time does it take? What kinds of things do you recommend? Do we have to fix up a lot of stuff? What goes into listing a home when people call you and go, Damon, I've got a home I'm ready to sell?
Okay, so let's talk about 2 things. Let's talk about what goes into listing a house and what should go into listing a house.
Oh, okay.
Okay, 2 different things. So what happens is this. Normally someone wants to list a house. They reach out to you and say, hey, I'm thinking about listing my house, and they want us to, pricing on the house, give us, called a comparative market analysis. And it's just, take what's sold that's a comparable house to it, how your house compares to it, your house bigger, smaller, nicer, not as nice.
Comps.
Yeah.
Comps, yeah.
And go from the comps and you establish a price like that. And then typically people have a timeline, figure out what the timeline is, they want to put it on the market, sell the house. That's the typical thing.
They give you a timeline. This is what I would like to do.
Yeah, this is what I would like to do.
Yeah.
And this is how I would like to do it.
All right.
We try to slow down the process a little bit, because there's a phrase in sales in the world is called slow down to speed up. And so sometimes we do our homework a little better on the front end, everything happens easier in the back end.
Gotcha, yeah.
And in doing so, it will save a typical seller thousands of dollars. And when people go to sell a car, they will take it to a detailer, they'll detail it, they'll wax it, they'll have it vacuumed inside, shampooed, everything. If it needs tires, they'll put new tires on it.
Shine the tires, whatever.
Yeah, do all that stuff to sell a car. And when they sell a house, they want to put a sign in the yard. And that's what really costs them thousands in sales price. But then it also costs them thousands in repairs, because typically there's always a home inspection and appraisal, and the home inspection and appraisal will point out deficiencies in the house that have to be addressed. Once they're pointed out after a sales contract is in place, then for the most part, most of the time, it has to be a licensed contractor that does the repairs, which means everything just got a lot more expensive. You are missing a pipe coming off your hot water. It's called a TP valve. It's a pop-off valve.
Yep.
Comes off the hot water heater, has to be within 6 inches of the floor. You catch it before the house goes under the contract, you literally go buy it at Lowe's for like $4. After the contract, you now have to pay a plumber $125 an hour to come out and install that pipe. And that's a gross example, but that gross example happens literally 90% of the time.
So the slow down to speed up, as I can see it, because like if I'm coming to you and I'm going, so am I going to have to put $20,000 into this house? Slowing down, making sure you get all that stuff taken care of now, speeds it up in the end, and it's going to save you money and make you money.
Correct. Absolutely. Ideally, what does the seller do? Call us, meet with us. Once you call us, meet with us, what we'll do, we have people that we work with that we know, love, and trust, and we want to do a pre-inspection on the house. Why do you want to do a pre-inspection? 9 chances out of 10, probably 99 chances out of 100, whoever purchases your house is going to have a home inspection. And the home inspection is going to reveal deficiencies. Some of them are cosmetic, some of them are material, and we can do a whole show on what those two terms mean, okay? But some are cosmetic, some are material, but neither one should really be there for the most part if we've done our homework. So do a home inspection before, by a good, thorough home inspection. Do a home inspection before you put the house on the market. Look at the home inspection report, go through it, and figure out what things you're willing to address and what things you're not willing to address.
Okay, but I don't know a home inspector.
Well, I've got your home inspector. Just call me.
Okay.
I mean, and look, there are some good ones and there are some bad ones, so please call, okay? And look, this is the bad thing about the industry. Some people pick home inspectors because they don't find anything, which is great if you represent the seller. It's not great if you represent the buyer, okay? And if you're selling your house, you don't want to find a home inspector that doesn't find anything, because you're not going to be happy when the home inspector that the buyer gets finds everything, and so you thought you fixed everything on the list and you didn't. You want a good home inspection. Call us. We'll get you with a good home inspector. Do a home inspection. Go through the list. Sit down with us. Go through the list. What do I need to? What should I do? Because you have a list that's covered by the contract called material defects. Those have to be addressed, okay? They either have to be addressed or disclosed. And then you have another list that is going to be stuff that is cosmetic or matters of preference that should be addressed, don't have to be addressed, but to get top dollar, you probably should address them. Go through that, fix your house. Then stupid stuff like put mulch in your flower beds. The curb appeal is just insanely better. Trim your bushes, trim trees back, clean your gutters out, paint your threshold.
Those are all things you can do on your own.
All things you can do on your own, or some kid in the neighborhood or whatnot, or a friend or family. In my neighborhood, there's somebody always posted, hey, I've got such and such come over to clean gutters this week. Anybody need their gutters cleaned? That type of thing.
Detail your house. That's what you're doing.
That's what you're doing.
You're detailing a car. Detail your house.
Exact same thing. Painting the threshold. And what happens is people spend 30 seconds to a minute outside a door waiting for somebody to open a door to get in. And when you look at the door, if the door has dents in it, if the door has scratches on it, if the threshold's worn out, your perception of the whole house is it's already worn out.
Well, you've done some analysis, haven't you?
I've been doing this for 23 odd years.
Yeah.
It's what you do. And sales is psychology. It just really is. And so you want to present the best picture of that house possible. Is the house brand new? No, it's not. Do you want to look at it brand new? As much as possible. I want it in as presentable a manner as I possibly can. And so inside has nicks and dings on the walls. I understand your house has been lived in.
That's not the material. That's the cosmetic.
That's the cosmetic.
Yeah.
But
easy fixes.
Easy fix.
Makes all the difference in the world.
A coat of paint does wonders for a house in 2 ways. It smells clean and fresh and new, and it appears clean and fresh and new. And this is where I go a little contrary to conventional wisdom when they say everything should be white. Man, there's nothing more boring than a white house.
I was getting ready to ask you that.
I hate it.
But people go, but I want a blank palette that I can paint it how I want to. But you need to have a little.
But look, if you got a blank palette, you can paint the palette that's there.
Yeah.
As long as it's not a bold color. It's not like a red or a black or a blue that's going to take a lot of coats of kills or something. Like
it looked like Walt Disney threw up on it, like that. Disney blue or red, yeah.
When we flip houses, we always do either a sand color or a gray color, light, very light shade with white trim. And the reason is it makes your trim pop. It makes your electrical outlets. It makes your switches pop with the white, makes your door frames and doors and everything. It makes everything really pop. Everything looks fresh, clean, and new when you have a little bit of color, a sandy tan, light tan, or a gray. That's what we do all the flips in, and because it makes it pop. And then, paint your baseboards, paint your trim, everything. It's funny because people get a home inspection after the sale and a light doesn't work. And they say, well, all they had to do is replace the light bulb. The home inspector's probably thinking that all you had to do was replace the light bulb. Yeah. Why did they have to replace your light bulb? You knew your light didn't work. So walk through your house, make sure your light works.
Yeah.
It's a simple thing. Fans. And if your fan has a trick, we see fans on home inspections all the time. The fan didn't operate with conventional controls. Well, because you have to do this. Well, then leave an instruction of this fan has to do this. Garage doors, sometimes they go down, the supposed to have a sensor that when they go down, if they hit a child or an object, they go back up.
Right.
Sometimes those don't work. Well, get it fixed.
Yeah.
Call a garage door company in there or a handyman and get that fixed. It's the stupid, simple things that if you fix it beforehand, you, your brother, your cousin Jeb, whoever can fix it for free or for little. After you get a contract, you have to hire a contractor to do it.
Okay, so if I'm Joe Schmo and I go, Damon, I heard you on your radio show on this weekend and I want to list my home. All I've got to do is come to you. You're going to go, I've got your guy that's going to do the inspection. Is that the first thing that's happening? I mean, you said you looked at comps, but the home inspection is one of the first things you want to have happen.
Home inspection would be one of the first things we would recommend that you do would be the home inspection. We'd recommend you do the home inspection. And
you're going to provide the home inspector for me.
When you say provide, I'm going to tell you who I would use if I were you.
Yeah.
You're totally free to use who you want, but I'm going to give you the person that I would advise that you use.
Which is someone who's vetted by you, someone that you know that you trust. And
correct. It's somebody that I know is going to do a valid inspection.
Otherwise, I'm going to have to go Google somebody and try to do my own research where you've already got the guy.
Yeah, and what you have to understand is the home inspector, he's not there to tell you what you want to know. He's there to give you a report card of the house. And
right.
That's why I say some things you have to fix, some things you don't. It's a report card of the house. This is what I see. And then you figure out what you want to address on that report card. But you want somebody that gives you an honest report card. You don't want somebody like we recently had a situation where the home inspector didn't even go in the crawl space. Well, that's a problem because there were problems in the crawl space.
Yeah, damp or whatever.
Yeah, I think this one had galvanized pipe and didn't know it had galvanized pipe because the home inspector didn't go in the... And some of the home inspectors now are using remote control cars to go in there and with the camera. Well, that sounds cool and it sounds nifty and it sounds cute, but if you have a pipe or a board or an obstruction in the basement or a crawl space, that car can no longer go further, so you can't see what's going on.
Yeah.
Like you need a human being to actually lay eyes on it. And I'm going to recommend to you human beings that are actually do that.
And I know that firsthand because he recommended people to me and they're fantastic. They're top notch. So if you're interested, and we can talk more about this, we could go on and on about listings and maybe we'll talk a little bit more about it next. But if you're interested in having Damon help you with your home, if you want to list it, if you want him to buy it, get a hold of him now. Go to listwithdamon.com. That's list, LIST with WITHDAMON.com.